What's good, YouTube? We are back today with another video, and we're gonna break down the charts, the four majors: EURUSD, GBPUSD, USDJPY, and USDCHF. So today is the 4th of January 2021. It's Monday, it's a new week, and it's a new month. So let's get straight into it and see what this week will potentially bring us. Now, since we have a new month, let's start from the week, from the monthly, the highest time frame. Now, starting from Euro USD, as you can see, last month was a nice bullish candle, which still maintains our bullish stance, and we had just opened a new bullish candle now for the month. So as you know, a month has 4 weeks, and every week has 5 days. So right now, this is a small tiny candle for today, Monday, the first day of the trade, the first trading day of the month. So what can we expect? Well, since we're bullish, we obviously would like to see bullish continuation, but what we know is this bullish candle might want to create a wick, so it might want to push down a little bit, maybe come into the body of the previous candle before it continues up, or it could all the way reverse, because as you can see, here was a level where price did move down in the past, and now we have returned to the place. But because we are bullish, we're going to stick with bullish. We're not going to confuse ourselves. Our preference is still bullish setups, but we will not ignore bearish setups if they do present. So going down straight to the 4-hour chart, let's see what's good. So I posted a video last week in my breakdown, and this was the zone where we were looking at, and we were expecting price to come back into the zone and potentially give a buying opportunity. But when price arrived here, it was right on a Thursday, which was the day before New Year's, if I'm not mistaken, and there was going to be a public holiday, and it's going to be a long weekend. It's going to be a Friday, was going to be no trade-in because of the public holiday, New Year's and stuff, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or one of the holidays. And Saturday, Sunday was going to be a weekend. So I did not enter a trade here, but based on my the way I trade here at Trading Wisely, what I would have done is I would have taken a fib tool, highlighted the 50% of this zone, and as you can see, that level is 1.2220, and I would have placed a potential buy limit order right there, because the zone was a bit huge. Let's see how big the zone was. The zone was around 50 pips, 50-60 pips, so that's a huge zone. Placing a limit here and a stop loss above here would have been over 60 to 65 pips. That's way too huge. So the ideal way to attack this, or one of the ideal ways to attack it, is to split it into two. So I would have a much smaller stop loss. So by placing a buy limit order here and having a stop loss just above here would like give me around a 30 to 35 pip stop, which is reasonable. The other way is to wait for the 4-hour candles to come in here and then drop into a 15-minute time frame, and then look for some sort of reversal signal, which could be anything. Could be a nice rejection pin bar such as this right here. It could be a bullish engulfing like this candle right here. Anything. As you can see, this was the gap. I think this is the gap for today. This is where price started, and here we are. Price has started to move on upwards. So because our bias was bullish, obviously this was a nice trade for us to look into. So as you can see, we missed this trade, and that's okay. It's better to be safe than sorry. It's always about capital preservation. So now we just have to wait and see. So since it's a new month, we are still bullish, and we're expecting bullish prices. We expect this zone to hold. Price might want to come back into it, because it is a rather large zone. So I wouldn't be surprised if price comes back again, taps into it, maybe goes a little bit deeper, and then continues before it takes off, or it could all the way reverse. We never know what could happen. Ours isn't to really predict. Ours is just to follow our strategy, and if we follow our strategies to the T, everything will work out in the end. The RR will take care of itself. We only lose 1%, but our average gain is more than 1, so it's like around 5 to 6. So we can afford taking losses, because when our wins more than cover the losses and then some. So let's go on straight to the next pair, which is GBPUSD, and let's start on from the monthly as well. So on the monthly, similar to EURUSD, We got a nice bullish candle, very strong, with even has a wick on the bottom showing momentum to the upside, and now here we are in the brand new candle. So nothing has changed. There is a level here where there was a lot of selling, so this could serve as a sort of resistance zone, but we will not be too concerned with this, because we just want to see our preference. Where is the money flow heading? Is it heading upwards or heading downwards? In this case, it's heading upwards. So we are aware that candles like to form wicks on either side, sometimes only on one side. So price might want to form a wick here, go down and then go back up. That's allowed. Or it might want to reverse completely, but our preference is still bullish. Nothing has changed, so we can go straight to our 4-hour time frame. And as you can see, based on our zones, price tapped this zone, came down. We were expecting it to tap here and give us a buying opportunity, but it did not quite reach the zone, and then it reversed and then continued. And then what did it do? It came to this zone again, and then it completely neutralized the zone, because 4-hour candles closed above it convincingly. It has effectively neutralized the zone. So now what we can do is we can remove this zone, because it is no more useful to us. And now what we can look is, okay, so here there was a swing here, a pretty major swing that was broken, and it was broken from this movement right here. So what we can do is we can draw our next zone. Our next zone would be right here, as you can see, because this was the movement that initiated the edge, that initiated the move that led to this break. Now this break wasn't so what would you say, it wasn't so impulsive. As you can see, it was pretty sluggish, and this is potentially due to the fact that during this period was New Year's. You know, there was not much liquidity in the markets. You know, price was moving sluggishly. So there are two conditions, you know, for us to draw our zone. Did it break a swing, and was the move impulsive? This move honestly was not impulsive. Yes, it was continuous, and it was pretty much, you know, headed in one direction. There were no retracements or anything of any kind. It did go, but it was traveling at a snail's pace. But it did break the swing. So we will highlight the zone just in case, you know, and just keep an eye on it. But we will, you know, keep in mind that this movement here was not impulsive, so it doesn't give us much confidence, I would say, in this zone being something great, because the zones are indications of massive buying or selling, like massive trading. And if there was massive trading, this price would have moved a lot more viciously, a lot more aggressively, you know, a lot more enthusiastically. But because it was not enthusiastic, we will not give much importance to this zone as we would for the potential this zone, because this zone had a lot more energy behind it, and it broke, you know, swings, you know. So we'll just keep that in mind. But we are bullish. We are looking for bullish setups. So if prices come back to this zone and gives us a potential buy, we will take it. If it breaks through the zone and comes back to this zone for the first time, we will also be very happy to take a buy. If we take a buy here and end up losing, it's okay. We have a zone right here that we're really interested in, and this zone may provide us the opportunity we need to take the trade upwards. So looking for bullish setups on GBPUSD as well. Now let's go straight to USDJPY. Start from the monthly, see what the monthly is giving us. Monthly, nothing has changed. We had a big bearish candle. The price has been moving obviously downwards, but you know, it has been a bit sluggish on the monthly time frame as well. You know, it's sort of, it wants to go down, but it doesn't want to go down. But it's clearly bearish. No one would argue that. Last candle was bearish, and here we are starting the new candle. So nothing has changed on the monthly. We will still maintain our bearish preference on all our setups, and be looking for bearish setups. Last week price dipped here into this zone, so gave buying opportunity. So if you're using the 50%, you might have been tagged in right here, taken price up, but then it came back down, and then it moved up again. So had you entered here, your exits would have been here, because our preference is bearish. So any bullish setups would be, you know, we would try to exit as soon as possible, and we would like to move our stops to break even also as soon as possible. So on these situations, because as you can see now, price has come back down, so you might have been taken out at break even had you moved your stop to break even as soon as possible, and take profits might not have been hit, you know, because as you can see, it didn't hit. actually top this zone that we have drawn right here. So two things could have happened. You're potentially either still in the zone if you didn't move your stop to break even, still in the trade, my bad, if you did not move your stop to break even, or you got stopped out if you did move your stop to break even. Either way, it's okay, because this kind of price action is not really very convincing or very wanted. You know, as you can see, it's just dangling on top of the zone, and when price dangles like this on top of the zone, it usually indicates that it's going to neutralize the zone and wipe it out. And since our preference is bearish, this is to be expected, so nothing new. So what we'll do is, for this week ahead, we'll just wait and see. If this zone gets wiped out, we will delete this zone, and then we will just watch for potential returns back to zones, and then take trades to the south. Other than that, not much has been going on. A lot of zones have been, you know, created, but none of them have been tapped again. So this is a bit, you know, this is a bit concerning, because at any one point, price could start to retrace, and we don't know where it will stop. Or we don't know where it will stop. It could stop here, it could stop here, it could stop here, it could stop here. There's so many zones for you to choose from, you know. As I told you, from the monthly, price has not been very deterministic in its approach. You know, we know it's bearish, but it's a lot of ranging. It's bullishly ranging. You know, it's I call this bearish consolidation. So it's consolidating, but in a bearish manner. You know, it's still going down, but it really is ranging. Like, if we could tilt this sideways, it will just be a straight range. So it's bearishly consolidating. So this is not the prettiest price action that one would want. So, you know, you just gotta work with what you have. But luckily, we have other pairs to look at. Let's go straight to USDCHF, starting from the monthly. Very, very beautiful bearish candle, showing bearish, you know, momentum, bearish, you know, decisiveness, and, you know, very nice break. You know, even though we did break this swing with this candle, but it wicked and price came right back into that range. But with this bearish candle that just finished December 2020, we have clear confidence, decisiveness, you know, intention of, yes, we are finally, you know, really breaking out of this. So this is a good bearish sign. We're bearish, nothing has changed. So now we should be looking for further potential bearishness. You know, we have this crazy wick over here, which could be a target. People placing their orders. This level here as well could be a very good target for people placing stops, so liquidity searching, you know. So yeah, continuous bearish momentum basically on the monthly. Let's drop down to our trading time frame for hour, and what do we have here? Well, we have our zones still marked up. 1, 2. There was a zone here, but we deleted it and then refined it to this level here. So we have a bunch of zones that we are looking, and as you can see, price was moving downwards, but it had a strong move with this candle. Now this candle, we can't draw a zone, because even though it did break a swing high over here, the actual edge of the candle is this big bullish candle. So there's no way we're going to draw a zone this big. It's just ridiculous. You know, that's not going to happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit on our hands and let price action do its thing. If price comes up to this zone right here, we would be happy to take shorts, you know, to continue to the downside. If opportunity presents, we could take any of our 3 different entry signals. If you don't know the entry signals, make sure you watch. I'll put a card up in the corner so you can see the 3 entry types that we use, mechanisms that we use to enter the trades when price does reach our zone. So any of the 3 we could use, whichever one seems more appropriate at the time, and then we could continue the bearish momentum. You know, this bullish move actually is pretty good. It's what we'd like to see in a bearish bias. We would like to see price come to our zone so that we can take the shorts, you know, get better prices for selling, and yeah, take the trade back down. As we can see, from here to here, it's quite some distance. So price, even though it has the right to come up here, but because the distance is so far, it potentially, the probability of it happening might be a bit lower. So this is what we'll be looking for if you want to trade USDCHF. Wait for price to reach this zone. If it does, give a signal, then take it to the south. to the downside for more bearish continuation. And yeah, that would wrap up our breakdown for the majors for the week ahead. Thank you very much, and stay tuned for more breakdown videos. Peace.